Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this little blanket. Now this is a pom-pom blanket and I'm going to show you how I worked out the way to make alternate colours of pom-poms on the pom-pom blanket. Welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to show you how to do a chessboard effect on a pom-pom blanket. Well, this size is a doll's pram size. Now it's going to be black and white. So you just tie it off here to begin with. And then we're just going to do the normal base. That's 5 rounds with 4 balls of wool. Okay, so I've got my 5 rounds on for the base. Now what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to put white pom-poms on next, I've got this colour wool. What it's going to do is I'm going to put a little grid all the way around and it'll just block off the base from the pom-poms. So when I'm cutting the white pom-poms, I know how deep to cut and I won't cut through my base. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it on this bottom corner down here. Now I've already got a tutorial on YouTube showing you how to do this. So I've got little nails that run all along the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it around the nail. I'm just going to catch that. So they run all the way around my frame. I'm going to stand it up on its side so I can see this better. So I'm going to go, so I'm just going to go through this way to the next nail and then along to this one and then bring it down here and wrap it around these two and then take it up here all the way around the frame. So this is going to block my base off from my white pom-poms. And this is what you do. It's a great way to separate your base from your pom-poms when you're doing a base and pom-poms that are the same colour. Now don't worry if it's not 100% straight. So there we go. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm going to come around that nail and I'm just going to put a couple of turns around that nail there to hold it. I'm going to tie it off. Now it's just a scrap piece of wool, so we can just cut it off once we're finished with it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pom-pom layer on. The pom-pom layer is 5 rounds with 4 balls of wool again, just the same as the base. So I've got my 4 strands of wool, and again I'm just going to tie it here, and I'm going to do 5 rounds. So just the same as the base. Now I've got my 5 rounds on for the pom-poms. Now as you can see the grid down through there. Now when I tie the pom-pom and I cut it out, I'm only going to cut down to this purple, and that is going to split my pom-pom white from my base white, so I don't cut through my base. I've worked out on how to do it black and white, black and white. We have to tie every other cross. So we're going to tie one, miss one, tie one, miss one, tie one, miss one, all the way along, and then miss it, tie it, miss it, tie it, miss, tie, miss, tie, miss, tie, all the way up your board. Now I'm going to turn my board over, tied in here. So what we have to do is I've tied this one, and I'm going to use my shuttle. I've got 2 strands of wool on my shuttle. You tie the first one, miss this one, and then tie this one, miss this one, tie this one, miss one, tie one, all the way around. When you go on to your next row, it'll be tie one, miss one, tie one, miss one, tie one, miss one, tie one, miss one, tie one. So we're going to tie and miss each cross. Tie this one, miss this one, now tie this one. Now, you need to make sure that you avoid this. If you're doing a blanket that has a different coloured base, you won't need this grid on. I've just got this grid to separate my white base from my white pom-poms. I'm going to tie this one. Don't worry if your grid gets a little bit out of the way. It doesn't matter. We'll just bring it back into shape in a minute. So we're going to miss this one and tie this one. So we're going to go down this top left of your loop, come up the bottom right and go through the loop. Now you can twist the loop like this if you want, and then tighten it. Then we're going to go down the top right square and come up the bottom left square, through your hoop and tighten it, pull it tight. So we're going to miss this one and I'm going to tie this one. Now I'm going to do that all the way around the board, tying in across, miss one, tie one, miss one, all the way around the board. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut our white pom-poms, and this is where this purple thread comes in on my purple wool. So where we're going to cut is halfway along, just as we normally have in all the other pom-pom blankets that I've showed you how to make. This one won't be here. Once we've cut all the white ones, I'm going to put black on, and all the gaps are going to have a black pom-pom. So what we need to do is, because I've got white on the top and white for my base, that's why I put this little grid in, so I know how far down to cut. So we just start cutting our pom-poms out. Just down to where that purple wool is. Try not to cut the purple wool, but don't panic if you do. It's only a guide. And don't worry if they're out of sync. You know yourself where you're supposed to cut. It doesn't matter if these don't line up. These are only a little grid to show you how deep to cut. So that's one little pom-pom cut out. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see that. So what I'll do is, this is just waste wool, these parts here, for the ones that are not cut. So I'm going to cut my next one. Just remove your waste wool. There we go, that's the next one done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way around and I'm going to cut out all the pom-poms. So I'll end up with a pom-pom, a space, a pom-pom, a space, a pom-pom and a space. All the way around my board I'll have a pom-pom and a space. And I'm going to fill the spaces up with black. Okay, so here's our pom-poms done. We've got our white pom-poms on. So we've got our base on. That's 4 strands, 5 rounds. Then I did another 4 strands, another 5 rounds to make the pom-poms. We turned it back to front and I missed one, I tied one, missed one, tie, miss one, tie, miss one, tie, miss one, tie, all the way along. So now our pom-poms are all done, they're all tied. I'm going to put the next layer on. Now the pom-poms that are going to in between here are going to be black. So once again, I've got my 4 strands of wool. This time I'm using black and I'm going to do 5 rounds. And I'm just going to go over the top of these pom-poms. So just go over the top of them. So I'm tying it in this corner. So I'm going to do the round just the same way as you do your square base. And by now you should already know how to do this if you've watched the other tutorials. So up and down around the nails. And this small one that I'm doing is for a doll's pram. If you make these bigger, you make sure that you tie it securely. And they are only for decoration. They are not to wrap babies in. They're for decorating either doll's prams or for decorating the top cover of a baby pram. So I've now got my 5 rounds on of the black and you can see the white pom-poms underneath. Securely here, I'm going to work my way along to the end, tie it securely, then I'm going to cut my wool and then I'm going to start here. I'm going to tie it securely and I'm going to do each line individually on its own because I don't want, when I get to here, I don't want to have a piece going across like this. So where I'm going to cut is, these are the white pom-poms under here. And they're on, the white pom-poms are under the sections that haven't been tied. So to do the black, to get the black pom-poms, I'm going to cut just the same way as we did for the white. It's very easy. We're going to cut here, 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 and here on all these pom-pom sections that are here to make the black pom-poms. So here is our finished pom-poms. Now you can see you've got a black, white, black, white, black, white, and this is how I managed to work it out how to do it, is just tie one, miss one, tie one, miss one, all the way along, and you can come up with loads of different patterns just by tying some and leaving some alone and then putting another layer on and then tying the ones that you left in the first time, if you understand what I'm saying. So all I have to do now is actually just cut it off the frame. So all you do is just cut between the nails. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So all we're going to do is just cut between the nails, just like we do with all the other blankets. And we're going to cut it off the frame. So I'll just continue cutting it off. You have seen me do it before, and I'll be right back when I've got this finished. All made. All I need to do is tidy up the edges, tidy up 1 or 2 of my pom-poms to neaten it in, and put a little piece of ribbon just in and out around the edge. and then that's it. Now, as long as you tie your ends securely when you're tying up the back, now that's the back. As long as, like what I did, tie it securely and then do your miss one, tie one, and then put your other colour on, just as I showed you, and you should get a really nice blanket. But do remember, these blankets, this one is for a doll's pram, but remember, if you make a bigger one for a baby's pram, it's only for decoration. It only goes on to decorate the top plastic cover that actually comes with the pram. It's not to wrap a baby in, and it's not to put over the top of a baby. And never leave your baby lying on one of these type of pom-pom blankets without adult supervision. So I hope you give this a little go. I hope I've explained it quite well, how I worked out how to do this. So please leave a comment. Feel free to come and join my Facebook craft group, Crafty Twints. I will leave a link in the bottom in the description for this. So all it leaves me to say is thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to all the people who take a few more minutes to subscribe to my channel. It really gives my channel a boost, and I really appreciate you subscribing. So until next time, happy crafting. I'll see you all again soon, and goodbye.